Okay, because of the missed class, because of the inclement weather, I'm going to do a series of videos and ask you to do a series of things in order to make up for the time that we would have had in class. So I have a series of videos that I will actually put under the week three folder. So please go through and view those. Now, once you have, please send me an email that says, yes, I have reviewed the videos and done the things that were asked. If you do that and you have not viewed the videos, then what you're actually doing is going against the student code of conduct. So please go through, view the videos, do the things that's being asked for this, the things that we would have basically done in class, and then send me an email saying that you have completed that. Okay, so I'll be looking for that. And what we're going to do in this video is kind of go over the syllabus, what's going to be expected, what we were planning on doing, and a little bit of feedback on the professional review self-assessment. Also looking at some of the articles that we had that were required. Now, what we have for the week, looking at the syllabus, is doing the lifestyles inventory. We'll be doing that, and then writing the SARS. We'll be getting to that. And then also completing and posting the professional reinvention self-assessment and completing the 5-year resume. The reason I was asking you to do these is because it's actually setting you up for things down the road. So for example, next week, we're going to be looking at the vision and mission that we're looking at. Again, the 5-year resume is kind of helping you with that. Also, these things are kind of helping you figure out what it is that you want to do as far as your professional development plan, because you have coming up a completed PDP that needs to be completed, where you have looked at what is it that you're going to be doing as far as your professional development. So what we're doing here is we're setting you up for those developmental opportunities down the road. So in this video, what we're going to do is go over some of the things that were there. Now, when it comes to the self-assessment, one of the biggest problems that I saw there was a lack of actual skills being identified. So in other words, what is it that you do well? What are your marketable skills? What are the skills you want to develop? Things like this. And I saw a lot of, okay, well, I'm hardworking. Well, hardworking is not a skill. All right. It's kind of like, what kind of skills do you have? Well, I have a sterling personality. Well, that's not going to do anything for you. Skills are the things that you do well. So for example, developing web pages would be a skill. Analyzing market trends would be a skill. Creating training materials would be a skill. So what you want to do is identify what are the current marketable skills and what are the skills that you want to build. You want to think about what you currently have, because those are the things that you can leverage that will help take you to those next positions. And then thinking about the skills that you want to develop. Now, there's also the career development workbook, okay, which is here. The whole idea behind this is to help you with those skills. What skills is it that you need to build? What are the ones that you have, and where is it that you want to go? This was actually done for a company. It was a consulting gig that I had some time ago, where I was pulling together the career development process for part of the organization. When you start talking about building skills, the key is going to be the things that you do. And you can look at group activities, in other words, workshops and things like that, support activities, getting coaching from your manager or a mentor, taking on different projects that might be necessary. And then self-directed activities. So in other words, doing your own reading on your own, doing volunteer activities. It's amazing how much you can learn and develop in doing volunteer activities. So these are the things that you want to be thinking about doing in order to develop some of the skills that are going to be necessary down the road. In the document, it has some of the strategic pieces of career development. And then it has, okay, getting started, where you're looking at things that you did in the past, things you're doing currently in your current position, and things that you want to do in the future. Now, this is going to be key. What is it that you want to do in your next position? Don't list a job. The mistake a lot of people make is they say, I'd like to be the assistant supervising director of overhead or something like that. Don't list a job, list the things you want to do. And the reason is because if you're developing on these things and you feel you're ready, the job may be gone. So think about what it is you want to do, not a job. That gives you that idea, that vision as far as where it is that you want to go down the road. Then what you want to do is start thinking about what are your current skill levels and what are the skill levels that are going to be necessary for that future position, that future job, those future things that you want to do. And so you can see in here, it's asking you to put a circle around where your current skill level is and a square around where it is that you need to be for the future. So for example, maybe employee development. In your current job, you don't do much in the way of developing other people. So you might say, okay, it's a 2. However, for what it is that you want to do in the future, you might need a 4 or 5 or maybe even a 6 as far as employee development. What this does is it helps you get an idea as far as where are those skills that you need to build. And you can do that for the leadership skills, communication skills, management skills, personal effectiveness skills, business acumen, customer focus, a team approach, and then specific professional and technical. Now, if you also notice, what you do is you take what you have and add up the numbers that you have for circles, and then add up the numbers that you have in squares, and then divide that by the number of skills. Let's say that there's something in here that does not pertain to you. So for example, cost management doesn't pertain to you. Then what you do is you take those additive numbers and divide by 8 instead of a 9 because you just left it blank. Then what you do is you plot the numbers, the circles and squares, on the map. And then you can connect each with a line. The purpose of that is to give you a visual as far as, okay, so what are some areas I'd really like to focus on as far as my development is concerned? So this is a tool that's going to help you in the long run pull together your personal development plan. Now, what we're going to do is go over to the other videos now and get into some of the other key things that you might want to think about. So go ahead and stop this video, or turn it off, and go to the next one.